You open your eyes, and already you're losing. The phone wins, the news wins, the world grabs your mind before you even stand up. That's how most people start their day. But not you, not anymore. Today you take the power back. Most think mornings set them free. In truth, mornings chain them unless they fight back. Every morning is a battlefield. The first thoughts you allow in are either your weapons or your chains. Most people wake up and hand over their power to emails, to headlines, to someone else's noise. But there is another path. Your brain in those first 10 minutes is like wet clay. Neuroscience shows it. What you think in that fragile window hardens into the shape of your entire day. The Stoics knew this without science. They treated morning as sacred, a moment to decide whether they would be slaves to circumstance or masters of response. What you whisper to yourself before the world speaks will echo for the next 24 hours. That's why today you'll learn 10 declarations. They are not fantasies, they are anchors. Speak them, and your mornings will no longer control you. You will control your mornings. The choice is simple. Live as a reaction or live as a command. Number 1, I am responsible for how today feels. Responsibility is not chains, it is a weapon. The moment you claim it, you draw a line between yourself and the chaos outside. Without responsibility, every mood is a coin tossed by strangers. With responsibility, every mood is a choice you sign with your own hand. Most people think feelings just happen to them like rain falling from the sky. But here's the truth. Feelings may knock, but you decide whether the door stays shut or wide open. You are not the prisoner of your emotions. You are the commander of them. Responsibility is not a burden. It is a crown. The moment you claim it, you step off the roller coaster of moods controlled by circumstances. You stop being a hostage to traffic, weather, or someone else's careless words. You become the author of your inner state. Notice this, a single headline has been deciding the flavor of too many mornings. That is emotional slavery, and it ends the moment you choose to say, I am responsible for how today feels. The Austrian psychiatrist Viktor Frankl, who survived years in concentration camps, revealed the truth that cannot be broken. Everything can be taken from you except one thing, the last of human freedoms. The freedom to choose your attitude. If he could hold that power in hell, you can hold it in your everyday life. Most people think feelings are automatic. Wrong. Feelings arrive, but you decide if they stay. Emotions are visitors, not rulers. You are the landlord. Seal it into your mind. My emotions are my choice. My peace is my decision. My strength is not for sale. Say it aloud, not once, but until your body believes it. Place your hand over your heart and command it. Today I choose clarity over confusion, strength over weakness, hope over fear. And here's the hidden secret. Once you take responsibility, you gain a superpower most people will never taste. The day does not own you, you own it. And when you own your day, you start to own your life. If you're ready to claim this truth, type it in the comments right now. I am responsible for how today feels. Let it be carved deeper into your mind with every keystroke. Number 2, nothing can disturb my peace without my permission. Peace is not fragile glass. It is iron walls and locked gates, and you are the guard. Most people never guard anything. They leave their inner world wide open. So a careless word storms in, a rumor builds a camp, and suddenly their whole mood is under occupation. That is not strength. That is surrender. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The storms outside will always rage. Markets crash, friends disappoint, strangers criticize. None of that decides your state, unless you open the gates and let it in. Here is the truth most miss. Peace is not hiding in silence or running from conflict. Peace is standing tall in the middle of noise and refusing to sell your calm. Tranquility is not escape, it is authority. When you hold your ground, the world notices. Between the event and your reaction, there is a pause. It might be one breath, one heartbeat. That pause is your superpower. Most people rush through it, slaves to reflex. You will not. You will claim that pause and decide with clarity what enters and what stays outside. Repeat these words each morning. Nothing can disturb my peace without my permission. My peace is not for sale, not for rent, not up for negotiation. Carry that declaration through your day, and you will discover something rare. Being unshakable is not about nothing happening to you. It is about nothing breaking into you. My calm is not weakness. It is proof that headwinds cannot own me. Number 3, today I focus only on what I can control. Do you know the fastest way to lose power? It's not failure. It's not defeat. It's bleeding yourself dry on battles you could never win. Every day, people drain their strength, worrying about storms they can't stop, markets they can't move, and moods they can't manage. That is not wisdom. That is self-destruction. Epictetus drew the boundary with a blade. Some things are within our power and others are not. Cross that line and you will always lose. Respect it and you gain mastery over yourself. You cannot calm the storm, but you can set the sail. You cannot erase the past, but you can write the decision in front of you. You cannot control their words, but you can command your effort. What looks like control is often just distraction wearing a serious face. Many people spend 80% of their energy on what lies outside their grasp and barely 20% on what they can touch. That imbalance explains why they feel scattered and weak. But reverse it. Pour your energy into the narrow circle of your own choices, and you suddenly expand your strength instead of shrinking it. Your energy is currency. Spend it where it pays. Gossip, politics, other people's judgment, these are black holes. Every thought you give them is a coin lost forever. But every thought invested in your discipline, your action, your responses, that is a seed that multiplies. It compounds into confidence. It builds momentum you can feel in your bones. Here's the hidden trap. Distraction feels like control. Complaining, worrying, replaying, these things feel like effort, but they're not. They are the illusion of work, the shadow of progress, and shadows cannot carry you forward. So draw the line each morning. Stand on your side of it. Declare it. Today I focus only on what I can control. I will not waste energy chasing ghosts or fighting smoke. My attention belongs to my effort, my choices, my responses. Carve it into your core, not at the end, but now as the core of this truth. My attention belongs only to my effort, my choices, my responses. Let that sentence strike like a bell until the sound follows you all day. When you live this way, frustration dissolves into focus. Anxiety gives way to action. Instead of being scattered by the world, you are gathered by purpose. And the weight you carried before, it falls away because you realize it was never yours to carry. If you're ready to claim that focus, write it down right now. Today I focus only on what I can control. Let your own words be the first proof that you've chosen clarity over chaos. Focus is freedom. Number 4, my worth is not measured by today's outcomes. Your value is not on trial every sunrise, yet most people wake up and step into court. waiting for the jury of results to hand down a verdict. A promotion makes them kings. A setback makes them worthless. That is not life. That is slavery to outcomes. Seneca, who faced exile and later death by order of Nero, knew this deeply. He wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." A gem does not lose its worth because it faces pressure. It shines because of it. And so it is with you. Your essence is untouched by wins or losses. Society whispers that you are your salary, your relationship status, your productivity, your applause. But all of those are moving targets, fragile and temporary. Tie your identity to them and you will never rest. Break free and you uncover a dignity that no number, no critic, no circumstance can ever touch. Call out, "Are you still letting results tell you who you are?" Stop. Results are evidence of effort, not evidence of worth. You are not a grade, not a paycheck, not a headline. You are more constant than any outcome. This is not permission to drift without effort. Excellence still matters, but there is a difference between striving with confidence and striving with desperation. One comes from knowing you are already worthy. The other comes from fearing you are not. Begin each morning with this declaration. My worth is not measured by today's outcomes. I am valuable because I exist, not because I succeed. I will give my best effort today, knowing my essence is beyond bargain, beyond trial, beyond circumstance. Etch these words onto your heart. I am valuable because I exist, not because I succeed. Repeat it until the words settle in your chest like bedrock. When you live this truth, you stop chasing validation and start carrying confidence. Success or failure, you remain unshaken, because worth is not something you win, it is something you already are. Number 5, I will act, not just intend. How many mornings have you promised yourself, today I'll begin, and by nightfall nothing has changed, the list is still untouched, the book unwritten, the call unmade? That's not bad luck. That's hesitation disguised as planning. Intention is smoke. Action is fire. And only fire moves the world. Marcus Aurelius woke himself with this reminder. At dawn, when you rise unwillingly, let this thought be present. I am rising to the work of a human being. He knew good thoughts are useless unless they harden into deeds. Many people think waiting makes them wise. They believe patience will deliver the perfect moment. It never comes. Waiting is not wisdom, it is procrastination dressed in noble clothes. Perfection is a museum, beautiful, silent, and dead. Progress is a workshop, noisy, messy, and alive. This is the graveyard of dreams. They don't die in failure. They die in endless preparation. Let this line ring like a bell through your day. Progress over perfection, doing over dreaming. So act before you feel ready. Act before the stars align. And let momentum teach you what fear never will. Every step you take, no matter how flawed, is worth more than 1,000 flawless intentions. Say it now. I will act, not just intend. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. Number 6, every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. Fire melts wax but hardens clay. The same pressure that breaks some people is the pressure that forges others. Every obstacle offers 2 paths, shrink or sharpen. Admiral James Stockdale, who endured years as a prisoner of war, embodied this truth. He said, "You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end with the discipline to confront the brutal facts of your current reality." He survived not because life spared him, but because hardship trained him. Most see problems as punishments. The wise see them as practice. Muscles only grow under resistance. Character only grows under trial. The Stoics called this the great reversal. The obstacle is not the end of the path. The obstacle becomes the path. Picture it clearly. The unpaid bill, the broken trust, the uncertain future. These are not weights meant to crush you. They are weights designed to strengthen you. Each challenge is a gym built by fate, and every rep of struggle is shaping your core. You are not the victim of destiny. You are its apprentice. Say it with conviction. I welcome difficulties as teachers. I embrace resistance as training. Today's headwinds are tomorrow's strength, planted in your chest like bedrock. I do not pray for lighter loads. I pray for broader shoulders. Carry this with you and life changes shape. Hardship no longer feels like a thief stealing your peace. It feels like a craftsman chiseling your form. Problems will not vanish, but you will stop fearing them because you know what they are secretly doing. Building the person who can no longer be broken. Number 7, I will not compare my journey to anyone else's. Look around, comparison is everywhere. Scroll once and you see someone's highlight reel. Vacations, promotions, perfect smiles. Instantly, your life feels smaller, your progress feels slower, your joy feels stolen. Comparison pretends to fuel you, but in truth, it poisons you. Comparison feels like progress. In truth, it's theft. Epictetus warned, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Because your only real competition is with yesterday's version of yourself. The moment you look sideways, you stumble. Social media has made comparison an addiction. But what you see is only the edited film, not the raw footage. Behind their perfect smile might be loneliness. Behind their promotion might be exhaustion. Behind their vacation might be debt. Admire without auditioning for their life. Comparison is rust. It eats you slowly until you shineless every day. Carry this declaration as your shield, my race, my pace, my finish line. The hidden cost of comparison isn't just lost joy, it's lost time. Every minute spent measuring yourself against another is a minute stolen from building yourself. So break the chain. This morning, declare your independence. I will not compare my journey to anyone else's. My path is unique. My timing is perfect. My progress is meaningful. I will not trade my destiny for someone else's disguise. When you live this truth, you reclaim your pace. You stop chasing borrowed definitions of success and start defining success for yourself. And there is nothing more liberating than waking up and knowing I am exactly where I need to be on the road that belongs to me alone. Your lane, eyes forward. Number 8, I choose discipline over motivation. Motivation is a guest. It knocks when it wants to, stays briefly, then disappears without warning. Discipline is a resident. It lives in your house, whether you like it or not. We often wait for motivation to strike like lightning, and they spend years in the dark. The disciplined simply light the fire themselves. Cato the Younger understood this. He walked barefoot through the freezing streets of Rome, not to impress others, not to prove his toughness, but to remind himself that comfort is the enemy of greatness. He knew that the body follows the mind, and the mind bows to discipline. Modern thinkers echo the same lesson. James Clear wrote in Atomic Habits that success is not about intensity, it is about consistency. Intensity may flare for a day, but consistency builds a lifetime. Motivation fades at the first sign of resistance. Discipline endures, transforming small daily acts into unstoppable momentum. Discipline is gravity. It anchors you when emotions try to throw you off orbit. Discipline does not ask if you feel ready. It asks only if you will show up. And every time you show up when it is inconvenient, you layer another brick of trust inside yourself. That trust compounds. It turns hesitation into certainty, and it builds the identity of someone who can be relied upon, especially by yourself. Ask yourself how many goals have died in your life, not because you were unworthy, but because you were waiting to feel ready. That wait is the graveyard of dreams. Each morning, anchor yourself with this declaration. I choose discipline over motivation. My actions are tied to my commitments, not my moods. I do what I said I would do, whether I feel like it or not. Let this vow live in your bones. My discipline is my destiny. Let those words be your compass. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not dramatic, but it is unstoppable. Others wait for a mood. You act regardless of mood. Others drift. You build. Others hesitate. You advance. The world does not reward those who feel ready. It rewards those who show up again and again until readiness no longer matters. Number 9, gratitude will shape how I see the day. Most people think gratitude is naive optimism, pretending everything is fine when it isn't. That is false. Gratitude is not denial. Gratitude is clarity. Gratitude doesn't change the weather. It clears the window. It reminds you that even in the weather of life, you still breathe, you still move, you still have something worth holding. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." The tragedy is not a lack of years, but a lack of wonder. Gratitude turns ordinary minutes into luminous ones. It stretches time, giving depth to days that would otherwise vanish unnoticed. You face this choice every morning. Focus on what is missing, and the day feels scarce. Focus on what is present, and the day becomes abundant. Neuroscience now confirms what the Stoics practiced daily. Gratitude rewires the brain. It carves new neural paths of optimism, resilience, and peace. Pause and look closely. Your heart beats without your command. Your lungs rise and fall without your effort. You can hear these words, see light, feel the air on your skin. A century ago, this would feel like sorcery. Yet today, most wake up blind to the miracles sitting at their doorstep. Write it on the walls of your mind. I choose appreciation over complaint, wonder over worry, abundance over scarcity. Say it each morning. Gratitude will shape how I see the day. Because when you choose gratitude, even the hardest days soften. Problems shrink back to their true size. Blessings multiply in sight. Gratitude will not erase struggle, but it makes struggle bearable. And more than that, it makes life beautiful. Number 10, I will end the day better than I started. Most people treat days like coins they can spend carelessly. They wake, drift, react, and collapse into bed no different than when they rose. That is the great loss, not failure, but stagnation. Failure looks like the end. In truth, it's only data. Run the experiment again, wiser. A bad day is not failure if you end it wiser. A mistake is not wasted if it leaves you stronger. The Stoics knew this. Seneca ended each night with reflection. What wound did I heal today? What failing did I resist? Where can I improve? He understood that perfection is not the goal. Progress is. A day is not meant to be flawless. A day is meant to be harvested. Imagine if you improved just 1% every day. Not in theory, mathematically. By year's end, you would be 37 times stronger. That is the compounding power of daily growth. Declare it each morning. I will end the day better than I started. I wake as one version, and I will sleep as another. Make this your compass, unshakable and clear. Success or setback, I end stronger than I began. This is how you turn time into transformation. Every conversation, every obstacle, every mistake becomes raw material for growth. Even the hardest day cannot rob you because you refuse to close your eyes without taking something from it. If you are ready to make that commitment, write it now. I will end the day better than I started. Etch it deeper by declaring it publicly. And when you live this way, failure becomes impossible. Each night is a step forward. Each dawn is a new version. Your future self will thank you because you chose to invest, not waste, the only currency you truly own, your days. These 10 declarations are not poetry, they are armor. Speak them each morning and you stop drifting. You start commanding. Don't mistake calm words for soft truths. Every line is a blade. Use them or step into chaos unarmed. The Stoics knew strength is not pretending life is easy. Strength is training the mind so no storm, no crosswind, no distraction can knock you off course. In today's world where noise multiplies and pressure never sleeps, that wisdom is survival. Remember this, your mornings shape your days shape your life, and your life shapes your legacy. You don't need to master all 10 at once. Begin with the one that cuts deepest. Speak it, live it. Tomorrow add another. Day by day, they layer into a fortress no one can breach. Etch this into your core. My emotions are my choice. My discipline is my destiny. Success or setback, I end stronger than I began. If these words struck you, carry them forward. Share them with someone who needs strength before the day begins. Drop the declaration that hit hardest into the comments. It will carve it deeper into your own mind. And if you're ready to build mornings that belong only to you, join us here. Like, comment, and subscribe, because your future self is waiting for the choice you make today.